Hi, welcome to Rivetea. Welcome back if you've been here before. I'm Longhair Linda, and today we are going to be recapping Love and Marriage DC Season 2, Episode 4, and this one is called In the Thick of It. So let's go. So Clifton and Joi are at their new home. Now this house is beautiful with gorgeous surroundings, loads of water around it, absolutely stunning. The scenery is just, I would love to live somewhere like that. So Clifton says that they went for this house because it's away from people and by the water. What more could you want? And you know what? That's a great question. That sounds perfect to me. Joi FaceTimes Arena, and Arena wants to make sure that they have a room for them too. Oh no, that's right. Clifton is trying to gauge where Joi is with the wedding, and Joi said that she's excited about the house, but will get back to him about the wedding and wants to get her feet planted before having a baby. Joi reassures Clifton that this is the first step to them planting their feet though. And it really got me thinking about the different approaches men and women tend to take about having children. Of course, this is a very, very generalized statement, but just go with me here. So oftentimes, especially with men who have children already, I think I don't want to say the burden or responsibility, but I think the approach is different. I think when we're rationalizing where we're at in life and we're thinking about what we can provide, what we can do, the responsibility and the weight of it all, I just tend to find that we kind of have very, very different perspectives on it. And I don't know that enough thought goes into it in general, but especially from the men's side. Does that make sense? So at Ashley and Quick's, Quick is making them breakfast and trying to see how Ashley is doing since the surprise birthday party the night before. Ashley knew what he was up to, but did appreciate his efforts. And Ashley says that she's spoken to Alicia, who is physically okay, but just really sore. And of course, the car is totaled. Quick wants to know if Ashley is still upset at him for not telling her right away about Alicia's accident at the party, and Ashley says she's pissed off at him for waiting until the end. Quick does admit that Angela wanted to tell Ashley straight away, but it was his idea to wait so that the news didn't spoil the party. Ashley says, F the party, thank you, but Alicia being in a car accident was way more important. And in her confessional, Ashley tells us that car accidents are particularly a trigger for her because Quick has been in multiple accidents. I don't know if you remember, but we found out in season 1 that Quick has had a couple of car accidents, mainly I believe due to exhaustion, where he's just been working himself into the ground. And I think in one of the accidents he fell asleep at the wheel. So I'm really not surprised that this is a trigger for her, especially now that this is also her best friend. She, I'm sure, was filled with so much worry. So yeah, I don't blame her for being triggered. Ashley does understand why Quick didn't tell her straight away, but she does wish that he had. Quick brings up Jamie's comments about Lil Jamie crying for attention by bringing up his depressive thoughts, and Ashley talks about feeling like she couldn't talk to her parent, wanting them to understand her, feeling judged no matter what she did and how hard she tried. Ashley goes on to tell us that the insomnia that she's currently experiencing is really, really affecting her. She's only getting about 45 minutes to an hour a day of sleep, and she feels like she's going to crash and pass out. Ashley breaks down because she wants to be excited about the book. She's supposed to be happy. She's supposed to be enjoying it, and wonders when she'll actually get to enjoy it. Now, as somebody that suffers from bouts of insomnia, I can tell you, and I'm sure if you do, you relate, that it is so mentally draining to not be able to sleep. It is up there among the worst feelings that I've experienced, because not only is it super frustrating in the moment, and it's not because you're not tired, you can feel physically, mentally knackered, and you just can't sleep, you just can't get the rest, and when you do, it's very short, or it's just not very restful in general. You don't feel like you've actually been asleep. Those are truly the worst times, because When good things are happening, when life is good, you feel like you're not even able to enjoy them because you can't focus because you're just so tired. And then when something happens, even if it's not that deep, it feels really like huge and traumatic, and everything just feels, you're just filled with so much anxiety and depression, and it's horrible. I would not recommend. I really hope that she's getting some help for it and that it's working, because whew, insomnia is a horrible, horrible thing to go through. Joi is meeting with Irena at a crafting type studio, and Irena says it's the perfect place for them to get some items for Joi's new home. Joi says, in true Irena fashion, they are completely overdressed, and she thought they were going out to eat. So, after Irena struggles with the word glamping, this lady said cramping, she said clamping, she said gamping. Irena says that she needs to get into Joi's new home, and the ladies start talking about this wedding that Joi doesn't really want, but Clifton does. Irena catches Joi up on Ashley's birthday event, and she tells Joi that her name came up. Sherelle had told the ladies that Joi had blocked her on Instagram and she didn't know why, but Joi tells us in her confessional that both Sherelle and Black have been blocked for years, as well as the rest of the band. It is interesting that Sherelle just noticed that she's blocked now, because if she's always been blocked, like for years, and she had no relationship with Joi beforehand, it's feeling like a storyline, you know? Irena brings up the fact that Black said he was dating Joi's friend and that Joi got upset when he began dating Sherelle afterwards. Joi is like, no, he was messing with Sherelle while he was with my friend. That's what it was sounding like last episode, I'm not gonna lie. Irena tells us in her confessional that she was never a side chick, but that Jamie was her side piece. Okay. She was living with her daughter Brittany's dad while dating Jamie. So Sherelle had invited Irena to a fitness workout, and before Irena even finished the sentence to invite her, Joi says nope, and adds that if someone couldn't stand her husband, she wouldn't want to deal with that person. And to be honest, that makes total sense. Like, if you don't get on with my man, then we don't need to really have anything to do with each other. Especially if you're married. I think that's like normal, right? Joi says she rarely uses the word hate, but she does in fact hate Black, so there is no relationship possibility for her and Sherelle. Joi says there were a lot of selfish decisions made and lies told around the time of the band breaking up, and there was even speculation that Joi and the drummer had gotten into it, and that's what caused the breakup, which Joi says is an effing lie. Joi clarifies that it's Black that it's the source of these lies, apparently. Irena wants Joi to move on as it was 10 years ago, and wants Joi to be able to be in a room with Sherelle and be cordial. Joi yells for a top up of her wine, and Irena says, get her some Pinot Gio. I don't know if that's a brand, but if it's not... Words have really been whooping Irena's butt in this episode. The Silvas and the Tylers are meeting on a group date at what looks like an arcade club. Side note, that is my favourite date spot, to be honest with you. Games, drinks, heaven. The couple start the date with go-karting, and Quick's competitive side just jumps out. Quick does win. He is the type of winner that I cannot stand. Just showboating and talking ish the whole time. I'm just a sore winner. I know one of those. It's the type that kind of makes you low-key want to pray for their downfall, but then you feel bad about it. Yeah. Anyway, after the competition, the couple sit and catch up, and Quick brings up Jamie's comments from the party about Lil Jamie and his mental health. Jamie was expecting the conversation to happen, but was surprised that Quick brought it up on the date and not Ashley to Irena separately. Jamie says he doesn't remember all of the conversation. We'd had quite a few drinks. And Arena didn't hear the specific bum comment that Jamie made. Now, Jamie does acknowledge in their confessional that he shouldn't have ever said that, ever called Lil Jamie a bum. I'm just going to keep going and then I'm going to give my opinion. Ashley talks about her attempts on her own life and how she never talked about the ideation that she had all through her 20s because she didn't want people to think that she was just trying to get attention. If she had the help that she needed in her 20s, Ashley believes that she probably would have never ended up in the hospital for 7 days after her second attempt at taking her own life in her 30s because it probably wouldn't have gotten to that point. Ashley thinks that Jamie is part of an era that didn't take mental health seriously, and the approach to me that Ashley and Quick took in this conversation, I think was really good. I think that they broached a very difficult discussion with their friends in a way that I think, for the most part, was very considerate of how the Tylers would feel, was very, I think, very like diplomatic while still getting their point across and still saying how they felt. I feel like they just handled it really, really delicately and still expressed the importance of really listening to your child when they're trying to tell you that they're going through something. You can see they're going through something. They're telling you they feel a certain way. And just the importance of taking that seriously and not just assuming it's for attention and then calling them names because you're frustrated. Anyway, Quick kind of takes it, a little bit further, and the Tylers did not like it because Quick in particular said that Jamie and Lil Jamie don't really like each other. When Quick compares Jamie's approach to Lil Jamie with his own approach with his son Antonio, Jamie pushes back and says it's completely different. Lil Jamie is 26 and has been getting in trouble since his teenage years, and he just got arrested again in 2021. I will also say that it was interesting that Quick tried to make those comparisons. I think he was only doing that so that he could get his point across, but I don't think he believes that those situations are anywhere near the same, because if you remember, I think it was episode 1 when he was having a conversation about Ashley coddling Antonio. He was trying to say at one point he was saying that he wants to get ahead of it so that he doesn't end up with a son like Lil Jamie. And I just think if you're going to say that 1 week and then, a couple weeks later you're now trying to draw comparisons with your fathering style, maybe that bit could have been done better is what I'm trying to say. I mean, at this point, like, Arena's trying to stick up for her man even though she feels a certain way, but she's obviously not going to let there be any kind of hint of a narrative that Jamie's not a good dad. So now it's like the message is kind of getting lost, and I think that part could have been handled better. But overall, I do think that they did handle the conversation pretty well, even if certain things weren't taken on board. Maybe they are. We don't know. Ashley hopes that she is getting through to Jamie, but something tells her that this won't be the last Jamie versus Jamie fight. I'm right there with you, sis. I think the same. Sherelle is hosting a fitness event with a theme of costumes. So a bunch of people are wearing a bunch of different things. There was a nun and a graduate. Okay, we're going to move on. Sherelle started training after losing 100 pounds and became a certified personal trainer and has helped over 3,000 women to lose weight. We love to see it. Ashley arrives late and starts dropping it like it's hot. And you know what? It was hot. That bodysuit that she was wearing, which apparently, according to her on Twitter, was part of the Ashley Silver collection, she looked fantastic in it, can I just say. She looked incredible. Winter shows up, and it turns out that Sherelle has invited her too. Yay! Ashley says the Wicked Witch of the West, Snowflake, has joined the class in her confessional, and back at the class, Winter yells that she didn't get the wig memo. The thing is, that in itself as a sentence is really not that bad, but when you just know someone's just trying to be funny, and it's just not funny? That's Winter for me. Sorry. I can't help it. After the class wraps up, Sherelle says she is concerned that Leisha is even here working out. probably because of the whole car accident thing. And Alicia says she's fine. You know, she just had a small concussion and hurt her back and her neck and her knee. The ladies are like, you shouldn't have been doing all of these workouts at all. Irena mentions that she tried to invite Joi, and Sherelle is confused because they've never had a conversation but is blocked on socials. Irena says Joi has a problem with Black, but not her. Sherelle says Black doesn't even have a problem with Joi, and Irena talks about how Joi said Black did some shady-ish with the business, you know, to do with the band. Sherelle says her husband never does shady-ish, as she should, stand up for your man, and won't have anyone going around saying anything different. Irena is still going, and Ashley and Alicia just look down to the floor. That is awkward. Irena was really pushing the issue, and I don't understand why. Neither did Ashley, because in her confessional, she says she doesn't know if Irena is being messy on purpose, but she hopes that she doesn't think that doing this will make Sherelle and Joi like each other. Now, we did have a little cut clip at the end of the episode where Sherelle and Joi have a sit down and they kind of start talking about the words that were actually used and what Raina's been going back and forth saying, whether that's exactly the words that each of them have been using. And it ends up in a bit of an argument with Irena and Sherelle, it looks like. I want to see next week's episode for sure. I want to see it now. Sherelle says in her confessional that now she does have a problem with Joi based on what she is hearing from Irena. Really should have left this one alone, Irena. Yikes. With impeccable timing and in perfect Winter fashion, Winter walks up to the lady saying that she's getting ready to go and then says, "Good to see you," to Irena, "Good to see you," to Ashley, and pauses when it comes to Alicia and then turns to Sherelle and says, "I don't know who that is." This lady. God, I can't believe I'm talking about this lady again. I knew she'd be back, but damn. Anyway. Alicia says, "Clearly," and starts laughing, saying Winter would never. Winter, of course, still looking for a moment, keeps asking who she is and what the energy is about. Winter, you brought the energy as usual. You don't have to come over there and say good to see you to two ladies that don't even like you, just so that you can have a little moment and say, "Oh, I know who that is." You wouldn't do that. Think about this logically. Let's say she didn't have beef with Irena and Ashley. Let's say they were cool, they were like acquaintances, they weren't necessarily friends or whatever. Let's say that they had no issues whatsoever. You are at an event. You see a group of 4 women, okay? You know 3 of them, you're friends with 1, you don't know the 4th, okay? Would you walk up to that group, right? Speak to the friend that you have, say good to see you to the 2 people that you know, and then about the other person, turn to your friend and say, "I don't know who that is"? Or would you go up there and say, "Oh, hey, sorry, I don't know who you are. We haven't met before. I'm Winter. It's nice to meet you. I'm getting ready to go"? Or better yet, say nothing at all. Don't walk over to say bye to people that don't like you and didn't say hello to you when you came in. You are the problem. You are the problem. I'm so sick of this lady. Outside, Winter says it's so childish and she doesn't care who Alicia is. Well, you obviously do, because you tried to start something with her and you don't know her. Sherelle thanks Winter for coming and wants to go in to get Ashley to talk to Winter one-on-one. Ashley says inside that Winter doesn't like her and she doesn't like Winter either, calling Winter a phony and a fake that says one thing, apologizes, then goes on the internet to say whatever she wants. At this moment, Winter can clearly overhear and starts to walk over to Ashley and Sherelle, and Ashley says, "Stay your ass over there, I'm not even talking to you." Energy. Because when I tell you, if that was me, I would have been left already. I would have been gone already. Because that is somebody who needs a moment. Winter starts going off, telling Ashley if she wants to address her, she should do that instead of talking to Sherelle. Ashley says she doesn't want to address her and doesn't even want to see her. Ashley says Winter didn't need to come over to say bye because they didn't speak to her in the first place. Thank you. And brings up that Sherelle said Winter didn't dislike Ashley, which Winter confirms. So let's, because we have to do this when it comes to Winter, right? In my opinion. So let's keep track, right? Winter says she doesn't have a problem with Ashley. Ashley says, Sherelle told me that you don't dislike me. And Winter goes, yeah, that's true. I don't dislike you. We're keeping score. We're keeping track, right? Winter does not dislike Ashley, according to Winter, right now. We're keeping track. Okay. Let's continue. Ashley brings up Winter's online activities, saying that she went on a Bash Ashley session. But Winter counters, saying Ashley has been on a Bash Winter session. Now, she really does have bad choices in men and haircuts, though. But let's move on. The ladies are arguing back and forth, saying that they don't like each other's faces, and Sherelle interrupts, asking if they don't like each other, and Winter says, no, it's clear. So, we were keeping track, right? Didn't she just say she didn't have a problem with Ashley, that she didn't dislike Ashley, and now she's saying they don't like each other? That might be a record for Winter. What was that, 3 minutes in between that? 3 minutes saying the complete opposite thing she just said? It's a new record, I think. Winter tries to dismiss the ladies that have now gathered, specifically Alicia and Arena, because Sherelle was already there, by saying she doesn't need an audience. Ashley rebuttals with Winter loves having an audience, and Winter says, you're the star, so you love the audience. I want to get your opinions on this if you watch this episode. To me, that felt very typical hater. Like, she resents Ashley for having been the star of season 1. She wanted to emerge as the star. In fact, she thought that she would be the star with her little antics. That's what it's giving. I could be wrong. I don't know this lady, okay? This is all alleged. This is all my opinion. But that's what it sounded like to me. It sounded like she was being very resentful of Ashley because the audience likes her. And she thought, maybe, that the viewers would appreciate her nonsense. And so far, we don't. Sounds like a hater to me. Anyway, Winter revives her little linebacker comment about Ashley from last season and adds that they now also have an offensive linesman, talking about Alicia in her confessional, because she would never say this to their faces. She says that she doesn't know her, so if Alicia wants to talk to her, the offensive linesman can book an appointment. She has availability. Winter says she would love to not hear her name come out of Ashley's mouth, and as Ashley pushes back, saying she purposely doesn't say her name or say anything about Winter that Winter herself hasn't said about her life, Winter keeps saying that that's not true and that Ashley came at her first. Now, the producers do flash back to the vegan dinner from hell from last season, and I audibly sighed because I'm tired. Don't care about that. In fact, neither does Ashley, because Ashley says she doesn't care about it. And Winter says that she should care about it because it's the source of where they are. And to me, that sounds like an admission from Winter that all that she has done from then until now has been to get back at Ashley because she felt that Ashley asking rightful questions about her weird relationship with her weird ex-husband. She felt attacked by that, and she has been doing everything since, in my opinion, to get back at this lady. Think about it. Think about it. All she has done since is call this lady names, aka linebacker, gutter Barbie. She has talked about her marriage. She has given Quick a nickname. She has claimed to know people that have had affairs with Quick. We find out this episode, or maybe some people knew from their Twitter activities, that Winter had even claimed that her and Quick aren't even Christians. Like, she's just been going at Ashley since that vegan dinner, and it makes sense that that vegan dinner is the source. It's not that's the source. It's that you didn't like that being questioned about your own stupidity, in my opinion. You didn't like how that felt. That felt like an attack to you. Maybe because it dawned on you that it was stupid that you'd never seen where your husband-to-be lived before you walked down the aisle. Maybe it's because you realise things don't make sense and you should have seen that before. I don't know why that is. But you have been attacking Ashley since and then playing victim the whole time. It is frustrating. It's so infuriating. Winter, sorry, does not make good TV acting like this. She's had funny little one-liners back in season 1, but when I tell you, I am sick of this lady. She has had 3 scenes in this season so far. All 3 could have been kept. I need some honesty from this lady. I just need some self-awareness, something. But, of course, Winter tells Ashley, completely devoid of self-awareness, to just own it. I'm getting a headache. The ladies break up the argument and separate the 2 of them, and Ashley tells us that she is mad at herself for letting this woman get under her skin again. And you know what? I'm mad that I got myself worked up over this lady that I don't know, don't care about, could care less about seeing on this show. It's just frustrating. It's so annoying. Ashley is also perturbed, love the use of that word, love that word, at Sherelle for insisting on them talking to each other. Ashley talks about the interviews that Winter has done about them, acting like she knows so much about them, but in her face just now said, I don't know you, Ashley. Surprise, Winter is lying again, allegedly. Ashley says Winter even made a mockery of Ashley's mental health struggles by saying people want to call her crazy, but she's not the one with a diagnosis. That is disgusting. Sherelle says that she won't be trying to get them to talk or be in a room with each other again, and Arena asks in her confessional how she could force her friend of over 20 years to have a conversation with someone that she doesn't even want to look at. Back at the fitness event, Ashley tells Sherelle to be careful because Winter is a liar. Then the ladies exchange some niceties before they disperse. Brittany has invited her parents and Lil Jamie over for dinner to clear the air because she is sick of the family drama. Lil Jamie arrives first and tells us in his confessional how close they are and how she plays the big sister role really well. Back at Brittany's, Brittany reveals that she has a boyfriend, but she wants to focus on fixing the family issues and not be questioned on her new boo. Lil Jamie wants to vet her new boyfriend, and Brittany says he is solid. They're going to have to work it out because the dating pool has pee in it. Oof. That is true. She is not wrong. I pray I never have to go back there because it is more than pee in that pool. As their parents and grandmother arrive, it's clear that little Jamie didn't actually know that they were about to have this sit down ahead of time, and neither did their parents. It's a setup, and they haven't seen each other since Jason's going away party, and that is how they ended the episode. So we're going to see the result of this little sit down next week. But for now, ratings. So I gave this one a 7 out of 10. There were some good scenes, but Winter was back with her nonsense, so I had to take some points away. Sorry. Arena was hilarious in the scene with Joi. So funny. And the Silvas and the Tylers double date was a good watch. Again, I think Quick and Ashley handled the uncomfortable conversation with the Tylers very well. Sherelle, I don't know how I feel about her yet. I'm getting like vibes. I don't want to I don't know. I don't know about this lady. I don't know how I feel about her. Give me some time. Give me some more episodes. Right now it's not looking good. But whatever. Winter was shady and bringing unnecessary drama to the group as always. For me, it was great to see Brittany take charge of the family drama, and it looks like next week's episode is going to make for a super interesting watch. But yeah, I gave this one a 7 out of 10. I want to know your ratings. I want to know what you thought out of 10, what you thought of the episode as a whole. Tell me in the comments, tell me on social media, just tell me. I am curious. But for now, I'm gonna sign this one off. Oh, just to let you know, Basketball Wives new season is back. It's like a part A, part B season situation. I'm lost on Basketball Wives, how they're figuring out the seasons. But it is back this week, so I will also start recapping that alongside my recaps of Real Housewives of New Jersey and, of course, Love and Marriage DC. So please do me a favor and give me a little subscribe, turn your notifications on if you like this type of thing, and then you can be informed whenever I upload. So for now, I'll catch you next time.